Hello students, welcome to yet another video of our case study series. This case study I have tried to cover all the possible dimensions and also guide to you through you till the end as to how it should look like on the paper. Uh, if you further have doubts with this, do watch till end. If you have any doubts, you can reach out to me. The details are in the description. One more thing, if you wish to join, we are starting up with a new module, ethics module batch. Details of the batch are also given in the description. So please continue with your video.
Yes, ये है केस स्टडी. सपोज यू आर एन ऑफिसर इन चार्ज ऑफ इम्प्लीमेंटिंग, ये यूपीएससी का. ओके, सपोज यू आर एन ऑफिसर इन चार्ज ऑफ इम्प्लीमेंटिंग अ सोशल सर्विस स्कीम टू प्रोवाइड सपोर्ट टू ओल्ड एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूट वुमेन. जैसे हाँ, सम योजना, सम विडो पेंशन योजना, समथिंग लाइक दैट. An old and illiterate woman comes to you to avail the benefits of the scheme. However, she has no documents to show that she fulfills the eligibility criteria. For example, आधार वोट भी देयर में भी, और राशन कार्ड का कॉपी नहीं है, और नो डॉक्यूमेंट शोइंग हर एज एग्जैक्टली, नो डॉक्यूमेंट शोइंग दैट शी इज एक्चुअली विडो और नॉट. पेपर पे होना चाहिए ना सब कुछ. नाउ बट आफ्टर मीटिंग हर एंड लिसनिंग टू हर यू फील दैट शी सर्टेनली नीड सपोर्ट. योर enquiries also show that she is really destitute and living in a pitiable condition. You are in a dilemma as to what to do. What is the dilemma here? नहीं, सिंपल भाषा में दिक्कत क्या है? डायलेमा, वो बड़े बड़े शब्द छोड़, दिक्कत क्या है कि भाई रूल फॉलो करे, डॉक्यूमेंट तो है नहीं, और नहीं दे तो अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है क्योंकि जरूरत तो महसूस हो रही है. एंड यू कंफर्म्ड इट. सी दीज टू स्टेटमेंट्स आर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. But after meeting her and listening to her, you feel that she certainly needs your support. Your enquiries also show that she is really destitute and living in a pitiable condition. अभी some people also students do the mistake that जैसे ये उन्होंने it has been already given by them. Don't contest this. My enquiry might be wrong. No, it is established that your enquiry has told that she needs. No, my inquiry also may go wrong. That option is not available. Because if that was the case, they would have put it that your inquiry is fairly able to establish. They would have used the same word. But what they use, your inquiries also show that she is really destitute and living in a pitiable condition. You are in a dilemma as to what to do. Putting her under the scheme without necessary documents would clearly be violation of the rules. But denying her this support would be cruel and inhuman. ये सिंपल केस स्टडी है, बहुत एकदम इनिशियल ईयर्स की है. अभी तो पूरा रामायण हो जाता है, फिर पूछते हैं कि क्या है. कैन यू थिंक ऑफ रैशनल वे टू रिजॉल्व दिस डायलेमा? गिव रीजंस फॉर इट. व्हाट इज द रैशनल टू रिजॉल्व द डायलेमा? But what exactly options do you think you have to do that? Like now try to, okay, that is okay, justification wise it's okay. What exactly would you do? You're sitting there, you're sitting on the table, the lady comes, what would you do? Think like that. No, that's okay. These are secondary peripheral steps or additional steps. The real issue, solving the real issue, what are the steps? The first thing is immediately would you give the benefit? That's the question. Yes. Then where would you note it? Under which name you release that amount of money or whatever? Not in the system. किसको, like for example, if it is about widow pension or about ration, on which name would you give it? So there is another way of doing it, is that you, whatever document she has, try to create document on the spot. It may take time. This is exactly the debate you have to put in. You cannot just say that this is the rational way. Case study में both these sides नहीं पूछा है तो भी रखना है. So now this is, ये तो बहुत ही छोटा case study है, but normally they will ask what options do you have, what are the steps would you take. So even the case study is very straightforward. हाँ दे दो, उसको दे दूंगा, ये लो आपका, बाद में देख लेंगे, या फिर ask someone to make the document. Yes. हाँ लिख दो, कोई दिक्कत, बट वो चूज नहीं करो. Or not कुछ नहीं करेंगे, but something that is which is obviously nobody is going to select, but if you think it is also an option, like in this particular case, not doing anything nahi, but not giving that thing to her is an option. Yes. See, in the present, that I'll come to it as to how you formulate the answer structure. Initially, briefly, you mention whatever it is, then come to whatever are the question exactly asked. इसको ये बहुत important होता है. Whatever exactly is been asked, you should be answering. If they have asked steps, you should write steps. If they have asked options, you should write options. So, what are the fact of the case? In charge of social service scheme to provide support to old and destitute. Okay, she lacks documents. Enquiry show that she needs. Okay, it's like extracted form of what exactly is the scenario. I am responsible. She has come without documents, but she needs. यही फैक्ट और फैक्ट क्या है? अरे ये तो छोटा सा केस है. स्टेक होल्डर कौन कौन है? One is a stakeholder. See, I myself stakeholder doesn't make any sense. आप डिसीजन मेकर है, फालतू का खुद को स्टेक होल्डर लिखने की कोई जरूरत नहीं. यू आर ओनली टेकिंग डिसीजन. हाउ कैन यू, वुड यू थिंक अबाउट योरसेल्फ एंड टेक डिसीजन? Now, if you have some other person responsible of which you have responsibility of, then you can do that. उस पे आगे देखेंगे, समझ में आ जाएगा. Other such cases, ये additional point हो गया. Obviously, because if she is having this problem, means there would be many others, maybe. My role, officer in charge of implementing a social service scheme, that's okay. What are the responsibilities? Implementation of the scheme as per the rules. That's my responsibility in letter. And what is my responsibility in spirit? No eligible is left. Basic purpose of the scheme itself is to help those who are eligible. Forget about the wording of the act or whatever policy of the scheme. Ultimate, the basic aim. That's why there are some terms very important you would be required to use also. Now, one is letter and spirit. You know this, letter and spirit. So whenever you write answer, most of the time you will be required to use this, like not just in letter but also in spirit. Okay. Then there is another word called bona fide mistake or honest mistake. This also would be required by you while writing answer, mostly if you are dealing with your subordinates. Somebody does mistake not because it was malafide intention, maybe honest mistake. Mistake तो होता रहता है. So mistake can be pardoned as a leader, not corrupt behavior, obviously. Okay. One by one, अगर और कुछ आएगा तो मैं बताता जाऊंगा. So, then challenges. What are the challenges? Now, when we say challenge means some hurdles kind of thing for my implementation of responsibility. तभी तो वो challenge होगा. यहाँ पे challenge क्या है? That dilemma is a challenge. Generally, challenge is dilemma only most of the time. That ये करें या वो करें. Now here duty in letter. Otherwise, compassion is also, to be compassionate is also your duty sitting there. But that is duty in spirit. So basically, the question is about letter and spirit. Letter versus spirit. What would you do? Basically, क्या कर लोगे आप अगर सच में ऐसा होगा ही? If like those who get into the system, whichever service it would be, कुछ ना कुछ तो वो होता है. कागज पे जाओगे या रियलिटी पे जाएंगे. And it is like established कि कागज नहीं है लेकिन ये रियल. Okay, and if so, that's okay. He's saying that he'll try to make up the papers or create papers, make papers for that particular eligible papers, and then once paper is over, then that's no issue. Okay, very good. Then any other option? Because if in that case you don't have that much time, then yes, yes. See, now one more important thing you need to remember is these are just terms. As an administrator, you should always go for systemic solution. Or system creation. So individual case is individual case, that's okay. But whenever any option is given, or I mean whenever any solution is given, you have to make sure that you should have the capacity to imagine that this case would be happening somewhere else in some other form. So your effort is not to solve this. You are not king. है ना, ऐसे ही हीरे का हार निकाल के दे दिया. No. You, like for example, what would, see if somebody has done really great work for the society, normally king used to do like ऐसे निकाल के दे दी. But as a administrator, what should you do? Establish a small fund to reward persons like this anytime they come in future. Every time you have to establish a system. All solutions should be systemic. And ये real life में भी आप जब बनेंगे जो भी सर्विस में, हमेशा इसी को ज्यादा importance भी दी जाती है. And the efficient officer, good officer is someone who is actually able to create systems. Means even if he or she leaves from that particular office, the improvements that was suggested will work in the same. Making sense? Any example of system building like that? आपके दिमाग में कुछ होगा, मैं कलेक्टर बनने के बाद ये जरूर करूंगी, या कभी नहीं सोचा? ऑनेस्टली बताना, ऐसे कभी सोचा नहीं मैंने. फॉरगेट अबाउट केस स्टडी एंड ऑल, वो तो कर लेंगे हम, नहीं सोचा कभी. That's what I'm saying. Problem whatever it is, but आपको प्रॉब्लम समाज के तो पता ही है. हाँ, but now see, sitting there you cannot look at as the lens of a common man, no? Because then what's the difference? Yeah, but you should have, that will keep on happening throughout your life. See, ऐसा नहीं कि डीएम बनने के बाद पर्सपेक्टिव पक्का बन गया, अभी तो ये नहीं था मेरे पास. See, in fact, this is very going. This is exactly what we generally try to test in interviews. Whatever perspective you have now, on that basis, what would you do? Like simple, एक आपको क्लीशे और क्लासिक क्वेश्चन आया पूछते हैं जो हम इंटरव्यू में पूछते हैं, is like if you are made a DM of your own districts, what are the 3 issues that you like to solve first? No, वो तो नहीं, वहां जाने के बाद पता, वो तो है, अभी जितनी जानकारी उसके बारे में बताओ. Because here, when I am asking this question, it's not asking for real issue solving, because you are nobody, I am nobody. The actual DM sitting there is anyway solving, not solving, whatever, or your politician, they are doing whatever you want to do. What would you do given a chance? नायक के अनिल कपूर है तो क्या करेंगे? देखिए नायक. So what are the issues? ऐसे ही कुछ ideas, because एग्जाम छोड़ के कुछ भी बताओ जिंदगी में, मैं हमेशा बोलता हूँ. Okay, so that's okay. Yes. Yeah, that they do. They keep their hands at your head also most of the time. Mainstream. Very good. So you'll work upon that, given a chance. Good. So as okay, so in the district where you will be posted in, you will make sure that teachers are well versed with the new advanced technologies, all the primary, secondary. Good one. आप ही बचे हैं अभी. प्रॉपर सी इन केस स्टडी आल्सो ना, ये बहुत ही जनरल टर्म होती है कि प्रॉपरली सब कर लेंगे, वो ठीक है. एंड समटाइम्स यू माइट जैसे ये प्रिपरेशन में होता है कि अच्छे से पढ़ लूंगा तब हो जाएगा, अच्छे से कुछ नहीं होता. एग्जैक्टली क्या करोगे, कुछ दिमाग में है, नहीं तो नहीं सोचा मैंने कभी ऐसा नहीं. मैंने ऐसा कि वो डीएम बनने के बाद देखेंगे, अभी नहीं सोचा. ऐसा भी हो सकता है, इसलिए मैंने इनिशियली सेड दैट वे. बट कुछ तो होता है कि यार ये इफ सी बिकॉज सी व्हेन वी स्टडी, व्हेन यू रीड न्यूज़पेपर सो मेनी टाइम्स, कुछ तो एक इशू क्लिक करता है कि यार ये बकवास चल रहा है, ये तो रुकना चाहिए, होना चाहिए. बाय द वे नहीं हो रहा है तो फिर तो पता नहीं आप आईएएस बनने चाहिए, नहीं बनने चाहिए, वो देयर विल बी बट एटलीस्ट कुछ इश्यूज सोसाइटी में, सम इशू इन द न्यूज़पेपर, समथिंग शुड क्लिक यू, यार ये थोड़ा सा इसमें कुछ होना चाहिए. What would you do about it? Like, so you will make sure that no vacancy. Okay, availability means your Okay, their presence, their attendance. So what can be done for that? Good, very good. But what can be done? Okay, attendance mechanism. Tell me the direct thing, which is like off late. Everybody will say, and which is okay, which is correct. Everybody is talking about biometric. Good. So start thinking at least in that way, because what happens sometimes, even if they have not asked, because whatever you think is in line with what is being asked, you can add it as your plan. So every solution should be systemic. Even if you go from there, it should not be a problem. Resolving, okay. Can you think of a rational way to resolve this thing? Give your reasons to it. Okay. Resolving the dilemma, providing her benefits, find reason for lack of document. See, objectivity, rationality का सबसे पहला है, if that situation occurs, there are two things, two basic responses you should always have. One is to redress the situation, and second is find the cause of the situation. As an administrator, ये हमेशा ही आपको करना है, because the moment you find the cause, you will be able to automatically imagine that this is not the individual case. अगर cause समझ में आ गया, यार उनको पूछेंगे क्या हुआ आपके डॉक्यूमेंट्स कहाँ गए, तो if she says पिछले साल जो फ्लड आया था उसमें बहुतों के गए, immediately remember that okay, she is not the only one, there would be at least 10 more like her. So one is to redress, that is solution. Second is cause. Process for the document started, ठीक है, for the local reference. Now this is situation specific, like this particular situation, like when you are making the document, or now what your solution should be permanent. Your solution should not be haphazard, or what we can say, only firefighting. You give it now, that's okay. Make sure that next time when she comes, for that only we are making documents. Next time when she comes, she will not be facing the same problem. Efforts will be put to identify any more such cases. ये वाला point हमेशा याद रख. In any of these kind of case studies where people are involved, individual case of Ramesh Suresh, that is okay, but जाते solutions में you always should make sure that others similar cases should be taken cognizance by an administrator. Otherwise point ही क्या है फिर वहाँ administrator, हम तो machine तो है नहीं. See, we are not just to redress this particular case, no, we are here to also look into other cases. Local reference means basically when you create document, on what basis would you create? How do you know that she is destitute, but she is not a Bangladeshi Muslim in Assam? How would you make sure? We have confirmed that she deserves benefit. I'm saying you have no need to write this, but the thing is, you on what basis your paper should. I just feel that, or my informal inquiries, see, informal things are good to go with, but when it comes to paper, it has to be. Now, for example, there are processes like call 5 people in the area, or Gram Panchayat. If they give in writing, yes, we know this lady and this, then Gram Panchayat has that power. And if it is true, they will anyway give it. Why to assume that they will not give it? So that local reference need to be there. Yes, because see, paper पे जब आएगा तो process से ही जाना पड़ेगा. See, intention is one thing, implementation is the other. कल को सीमा हैदर बोलेंगे मैं इंडिया की नहीं, पाकिस्तान की नहीं, इंडिया की हूँ. You know सीमा हैदर चल रहा है जो अभी. उस केस में मान के चलो you are marriage register there, what would you do? She is coming that I am leaving Pakistan, everything, and I am in complete bad situation. Just imagine and see. थोड़ा extrapolate, थोड़ा exaggerate करो situation को. She is in such a situation that she needs support as a woman, she needs support from the state. What would you do? No, I'm not saying give it to her. I'm saying that the situation is coming. Now, must have been in front of वो नोएडा मैरिज रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑफिस में ही तो गए थे वो, वही पे तो पता चला. वो जो वकील था, वकील ओनली वेंट टू द पुलिस. नो, जिस वकील के पास शादी के रजिस्ट्रेशन के लिए गए थे, दैट वकील ओनली बोला कि ये तो पाकिस्तान से कैसे, फिर नहीं हो सकता, लीगली तो पॉसिबल ही नहीं है, एंड यू कैन नॉट अलाउ. See, if that situation comes to you, obviously you will not do it, especially with respect to Pakistan. Any other country also not possible, because even if she is true, whatever she is saying is true, that she is Pakistani and she ran away and whatever, she has all the things and she is honest also, she is going to be here also, still international issues is very sensitive thing. So you have to follow the procedure. But the point is, things like this come in front of you. So some local reference should be there. Reasons, the scheme intention and objective, ठीक है, humanity, मतलब the spirit of the scheme, not just the letter of the scheme. Yes, documents must support reality. So later, the main thing is, the main responsibility, another important, this is very important aspect for an administrator. Always make sure that document should reflect reality. Means what? जो real है वही कागज पे होना चाहिए. Like somebody is destitute, let the paper also speak that she is destitute. And somebody is corrupt, paper should not show that the person has done a great work. It is, in fact, I'll tell you, as an administrator, one of the major job that you have is, major challenge also that you face is, reality and the paper should be same. Corruption होता क्यों है? कागज पे तो सब बढ़िया होता है. Yes or no? If कागज पे अगर कोई corruption में, if somebody is doing corruption, not able to maintain paper properly, can he or she do corruption? Immediately पकड़ में आ जाएगा. Those who are expert in corruption means what? They have the ability to manipulate the papers. ऐसे कभी सुना है कि पेपर्स पे ही गलती हो गई? होती है गलती तो फिर, but then that particular mistake is very in depth, somewhere in the 3rd, 4th, 5th level. For that you have to put a lot of efforts. Otherwise ED इतना 15-15, 20-20 दिन इंक्वायरी क्यों करता है? अगर सीधा सीधा करप्शन है, ये देखो ये पैसे लेके गए, ऐसे तो होता नहीं है. आप समझ रहे मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? The paper and the reality is the main problem of administration throughout the India. On paper, this particular land is owned by Ravish, but वो रविश का है ही नहीं. वो किसका है? रियलिटी में किसी और का ही है, जो एक डीएम है, जो रविश का दोस्त है. तो क्या करे, रविश बोलेगा मेरी है. तो प्रॉब्लम क्या हो गया? In reality, who is doing all the deals on that land? Someone else. What paper is saying? So corruption started. So basic problem of corruption is reality and the paper are different than each other. So as a administrator, your main role is reality and the paper should be same. These are like thumb rules. Like any situation comes, you have to make sure that the scheme or whatever should be implemented, law also implemented in spirit, not just in letter. Anywhere the situation comes that somebody has done something wrong, make sure that whether it is a intended mistake or a honest bona fide mistake, then every time you suggest solution, it should be systemic, long term. Similar cases should automatically, even if the case not asked, any other case. And this point also, the document should always reflect the reality. Half of the job is done. The document is reflecting the reality. Baki, jo bhi, whatever is the legal procedure, paper will speak. Without paper, there is nothing. आपको पता है, sitting in DM's chair, you want to ask something? No, different case means? Okay. I'm not getting your question only. Anybody got what he's trying to say? Please try to explain again. Yes. What is the reality? Destitute. Is document saying it? That means the document is not showing it. No, there is no document to show it. Just prepare the document. Why to prepare the document? Because it should reflect the reality. Yes. Because next time when she comes again, she is like, see, systemic solution is exactly like that. Next time, now you are sitting there. Next time, somebody else will sit there. What is the guarantee that she will be the same compassionate to her? And why should she? See, whatever people get through schemes and government benefit schemes and all that, it should be considered as the right of the people, not some like system is not a king which just distributes arms and these things, benefits. It is their right. That is called, this rights based approach towards government schemes. Rights based approach means what? Anything that they are entitled to, they are given not because I am a large hearted magnanimous government sitting here. No, it is their right to receive this from you. वेलफेयर स्टेट का मतलब ही यही है. यही आ गया देखो, द मोस्ट फंडामेंटल ड्यूटी ऑफ अ वेलफेयर स्टेट. ठीक.